You guys ready?
As ready as William Shatner was to record Iron Man.
Way too
Time's
ready,
up.
as
Let's do
opposed.
this.
Wait.
We're in for a wild night.
Welcome, everyone, to episode 259 of Born to Be Wild, a wild Hearthstone podcast where we have fun, hanging out with friends, talking about the wild formats of Hearthstone, and spotlighting members of the wild community. I'm your host, Hydralisk. It's great to be back in beautiful British Columbia. I am joined by my fellow host, ElectricSheepCity,
Meowdy.
and SchmoopieDady.
William Shatner Iron Man.
For those of you joining us for the first time, welcome aboard. We record this podcast live every Friday evening at twitch.tv/borntobewildhs. And the video version of this podcast is posted to YouTube thereafter. Audio versions are also distributed to all podcast apps. However you are watching, listening, or absorbing via osmosis this podcast today, thank you. Yes. You.
Content plug, SchmoopieDady. Before we get into this main topic of the show tonight, I'd like to say a quick thank you to the patrons of our show. Your support means the world to us. If you enjoy this content, please like, subscribe, and comment on this video on YouTube. Another simple way to support the show is to leave a review on your podcast platform of choice. If you're watching live on Twitch, we got some awesome emotes that you can unlock by subscribing to the channel. This is free if you use Amazon Prime. Finally, if you'd like to support the show financially, you can join our Patreon for as little as $1 per month. We have some channels in the Discord that are unlocked by subscribing to the Patreon, where you can see the show coming together each week. Check it out. If you'd like to interact with us personally, please join our Discord, a free and amazing online community of friends from all across the world who love talking about Wild Hearthstone. Links to all of this stuff and more, including our merch, can be found on our website, which is www.borntobewildhs.com. Hydralisk, how's your week?
My week has been good. Within the week, I read 100% complete Revival by Stephen King. Sheep, have you touched it?
I have not read Revival yet. No, I'm excited to now, though. The fact that you're asking, it leads me to believe it's good.
Yeah. I think you would find some particular things in here interesting. It's the kind of book that I actually can't say too much about because it would give too many spoilers, really. Like the name even itself is a bit of a spoiler, and it's a type, I'll just say this, it's the type of book that takes place over someone's entire lifespan. Let's put it this way. Yeah, so it follows the character throughout the entire thing. It's really good. I couldn't stop. So if you ever, when you get to, I know you'll get to it eventually, but it's good. It's really good. And I'm also sad because this was like a 2013 or 2014 release. And so that like, as you know, I'm on my journey all the way through everything. And a lot of the newer stuff I've already actually read. I was going to do a tally before the show, but I was busy doing other things. But
Understandable.
I'm getting there. Like, I'm really close to finishing everything that Stephen King's ever published, it like in a mass media sort of way, right?
Yeah.
So,
Are you going to miss it?
a little sad.
I was going to say, is it going to leave a hole in
It
like
will.
that? What are you going to fill the hole with?
Starting again.
Red Rising?
Rewind! Cycle arc. Who saw this coming?
No, I will
Neil
start. I will
Stephenson?
start again eventually. I don't know when I'll start again, but I will start because after finishing everything, I got to do the dark. I think I will do the Dark Tower again. It would be the first thing I'll do.
Oh, I can see that.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without spoilers, how much of his stuff has like definitive, like satisfying endings to it? Like how much of it feels capped and how much of it feels unfinished, untold? like there's more left.
The thing is, there's a lot of characters that will, at the end of a book, you kind of wonder like, are we going to see a sequel? Is this character going to be because he's got his own multiverse, right?
Right.
And so often you're like, okay, I hope I see this character again. So Unfinished, you could say, is actually quite often in the fact that you want to see these characters again. And you often do, because unless he kills them, but
Right, yeah.
And even then, maybe.
Yeah, right. It's not off the table.
I will say, the end of this book, I was pretty satisfied. I don't think there's anything. I've got no hopes for the future for a sequel of this one. Nothing like that. The ending was actually very satisfying. Some people don't agree with a lot of Stephen King's endings, because you get very attached to certain things and you think that it's going to go a certain way. He writes some messed up books, so everyone thinks it's going to be sunshine and roses all the time. And then when it doesn't work out that way, people get angry. So I will say, going into a lot of his books, you don't want to get too attached to a lot of the characters, because you could be heartbroken. But
got to realize
to answer your question, it's a whole multiverse, so you never know if it's over.
Okay. Because I know there are some of my like there's a book series I think in particular, like a fantasy book series that I really enjoyed, that I just looked up actually today. I was just like, oh my god, I wonder if he's written a sequel. And then I realized, like, the last novel was written in like 2012. Like, we're not getting another extra novel to Aspect Emperor or something else, right? Like, we're not getting a sequel to what is an unfinished, sort of unsatisfying story, and that feels horrible.
Game
so
of Thrones.
I was just curious, like, where he leaves things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, A Song of Ice and Fire.
Yeah, there you go.
Honestly, I think the minute, not to turn this into a book podcast, but I think the minute George R.R. Martin kicks the bucket, we're gonna have somebody like Sanderson or somebody like step in and ghostwrite it, and have it in his style and like cap it off, and hopefully they don't rush it so much. It probably will be rushed, that it will feel like the end of the show. Because I feel like if the
they've
end of the show
probably already started writing it. Let's be
I
completely real.
I think probably, and I wonder. I think that where the show actually went off the rails is not necessarily how things played out, which I think people would agree with me, or would disagree with me vehemently. I think people didn't like the ending and didn't like how things played out. But I think what was worse was the pacing. Just too much happened too quickly. And if it had happened more slowly and people had been given time to digest events as they happened, the story would be a lot more palpable. Because I actually kind of liked it, but the pacing felt like insane versus everything else that came before.
And like, I think that Bran could have earned his way there if they had actually spent more time with him doing it.
Right.
Hey, I didn't say where it was, but
right.
Like
Bran Bronzebeard?
Yes.
By my
Double
beard.
battle cries the entire time.
That's Hearthstone brew, though.
Best card ever, if you believe some Twitter polls.
Well, anyways, he could pass it on. Like, didn't like Frank Herbert like pass on Dune to his son, and like he started writing the Dune thing, so maybe that'll happen with.
Shouldn't have Dune that.
Oh my god! All right, so
What have you done?
other than, oh my gosh, the rest of my week was I just worked the entire time and struggled to complete a bunch of really crappy dailies, and we can talk about more of that later. But enough about me. Sheep, how was your week?
My week was long. Starting with honestly the weekend. I apologize to our podcast listeners and YouTube enjoyers that was. So what had happened was I edited the podcast. It was like normal, and then I had it render, and it was completely corrupted, the whole project. It's like, no. Because I, render it overnight. Yeah. So Sunday, I edited most of it over again, but I didn't finish editing it. So since I had pretty much done it twice and I remembered hitting render, I just like basically thought that I had already posted it because the same, more of the amount of time kind of went on. So yeah, that was a whole thing. Sorry about that, y'all.
Well, I feel like you did what I do, which is like you do a thing, it didn't work out, but in your like sense of accomplishment internally, it was completed. And then like,
Yeah.
oh man, I don't have time to revisit this right now. I guess I'll revisit it later, and then it just goes on the back burner forever, and because it was done. I did a meet the teacher night that way once, where like I had a school that used to do it in 2 nights, and one night had a power outage, and I was there for meet the teacher night, and they didn't put out like a second email about the makeup night, and so like it was just like they're making up, like there's just a makeup night, and I didn't know, I didn't go, and they were like, dude, where were you? And I was like, I was home. They're like, well, why weren't you here? Already. I was like, I did you send an email? I already did it. I checked it off my box.
Exactly.
We weren't there for very long, but so like I get how it happened, and
yeah,
I felt bad when it happened.
But so my bad, y'all. I did actually finish whenever Hydra sent out the new show notes. I was like, oh, I need to finish editing that. So Thursday night is whenever I finished editing that, because that's when that popped back up of, oh, I didn't actually finish the thing. It happens.
Well, if you want to learn about Borlock, go back and watch episode 258 that was posted on Friday, September 12th.
Yeah, buddy. Anyway, outside of that, a lot of work. Work has been busy, not really in a bad way, but there's just been a lot of it, which has made it be a long week. I've been spending a ton of time with the lamb in the evenings, and I've been on that D3 to D5 grind. By that I mean I climbed to D3 and then fell to D5, and you know, that's where I get to just like play whatever, and then eventually I'll decide to play a real deck and finish the climb. But it's been fun making terrible Reno walk decks that are aggro Reno walk decks, because you're making that face. I had a series of dailies that were like Murloc and Shaman and something else, and I was like, I'm going to complete this on ladder. What do I care?
For the audio listeners, I'm looking in complete disgust at Sheep for anything that he said when he says aggro Reno walk. I don't know what that means. I recently had somebody make a Reno questline dude paladin and then not put in Crusader Aura, which would have been like the second card I would have installed if I was making that deck. But no, I had a Vine Cleaver. I had a flippin' Vine Cleaver.
Well, yeah,
so,
you did.
like, yeah, no, I am making a big frowny face for anybody who is unable to see the images of this podcast right now.
So, yeah, I treat my MMR like some of you treat your livers.
Real.
But been having a blast doing it. Absolutely just making the most terrible decks that I can to complete quests. Because winning is not the goal. Schmoopie, how has your week been, friend?
So it's like it's been a little bit of a drag, but also kind of cool. I don't know if we've had a pod since my wife has worked with me in my building at the time. Like we're commuting to work together in the car, and that's been cool. It's been cool, like debriefing at the end of the day, like driving home, no kids, just us talking, or like, you know, if she needs it, like her taking a nap or her having her coffee or her doing her puzzles and I'm commuting. Like it's been like fine. It's been fun.
Nice.
Yeah, but we had our open house meet the teacher night on Monday, and the dastardly thing about doing it on a Monday is then you're like kind of like dragging your butt the rest of the week through the days. And so like it has felt very like physically and mentally demanding the entire week. And on top of that, I'm also coaching my son's division in soccer, and the way that we have it set up is basically we wouldn't have a rec league for my son's age group if we didn't structure it so that I was basically doing the coaching as the commissioner, and I had coaches for the teams basically playing like sort of assistants. So like I'm in the middle of the field showing what they should be doing, and then they should be managing their kids. But because we basically had to get a bunch of volunteer coaches in order to do that, we've had a bunch of coaches to be absent, and so I've had to go like more beyond my role of just coaching to also managing groups as well. And like, you know, I'm a teacher, so I want to do a good job, but like at the same time, it's not the age group that I'm used to, and it's just been very like physically and mentally taxing. But a lot of fun. It's like a lot of good things, but a lot of schedules to keep track. Because daughter's in preschool now. So I've been picking up my daughter in preschool. And she's going to preschool in a little bit more of an urban setting. I live in a weird spot where I'm in a part of New York where if I go like an hour in one direction, I'm in New York City. If I go in 15 minutes in another direction, I'm in a different city, not a major one, but like a real one. If I go 30 minutes another direction, I'm in another city. But I myself live amongst, you know, onion farmers and garlic farmers. So I kind of get a little bit of everything. And it's very funny. You know, my daughter goes to preschool and they have quiet time. And, you know, the teacher, my daughter is like, Mrs. So-and-so, can I use the bathroom? And she's like, honey, I don't want to hear any Mrs. So-and-so right now. It is quiet time. And just a little bit of sass, like inner city sass, which I think it will do nothing but do my daughter good. And like, you know, it's just like experiencing different people where they're at. It's a lovely neighborhood where she goes, but it's very different from where we live. It's like, you know, it's like a bunch of Spanish families standing at the corner waiting for a bus that is like trying to find its way through double parking on two sides to let their kids off. And we really like the preschool. It's really great. But like, you know, compare that with, you know, our 800-foot driveway where we have a bunch of potholes because it's not paved, right? Like, so it's like it's so goofy. It's like all right, let's drop the little white girl in the inner city and see what she does. But everybody's lovely and we're having a great time with it. She's liking school and making the adjustments. Schmoopie is second grade, and unlike previous times where, you know, I've come on here and I've talked about his trials and travails, there's been no behavior issues. Like the bus driver hasn't said anything about anything. Nice. Nothing extra from the teacher. Dude takes his medicine when he needs to take his medicine. Dude's really smart. Like, dude, he's like starting to put it together at 7 years old. And even like practices have been tough. Like last year, it would have been a challenge doing what I was doing because he would have been like losing his mind, not having my full attention, while I'm also have the attention of like 40 other people. I had like 40 other people literally hanging on my word to do what we're supposed to do next, and he would be like trying to like drag me down bodily, right? So like that's not happening now, and he's kind of getting it, and he's kind of putting it together, and so like it's nice because I feel like I can have a little bit more fun with my son because he doesn't need as much structure because he's starting to put it together and he's starting to like understand how things work, and he's starting to manage himself, and it's things are getting better, but it's been stressful and it's been busy, right? Like I get home, I have to pick up my daughter at basically like I have to get out at 2:20, get my daughter at like between 3 and 3:10, which is always tight by a couple minutes. Get my son off the bus at 4, and then go to practice at 4:50. So there's not a lot of room for a lot to go wrong between those times. So I've just been living that life for this week, plus staying late, plus lack of sleep and things like that. So that part's been stressful, but it is what it is. As far as Hearthstone goes, mostly goofing off. viewer decks.
Not as hard as me, though, apparently.
Yeah, apparently not. I don't know. It's funny. Yesterday, I started doing like Reno Deck Survivor. And Reno Deck Survivor, I'm giving people the option of like, I spent a whole week like curating decent like decent Reno decks, and then I opened up Survivor to like, okay, come send me your garbage too if you want to play it. And like, I have gotten some decks. Oh boy, I've gotten some decks, and I've won with some of them. Yesterday I went like 10-5 and climbed from like the low 500s in Legend to, at one point I was like scraping the 300s. It was hysterical. Like the almost 200s. It was hysterical. I think I went 10-5 yesterday on stream playing the Reno decks. So like we'll see where that goes. Random Reno slop good. I mean, it was good before we had a bunch of Borlocks. Borlock is sort of slowing down. People are realizing it's like a tier 4 deck. It loses a ton. The matchups it should win, it wins. It's so funny. And I think like we're really not going to be doing a meta discussion tonight, so I think I can fit it in now. Like a quick TLDR. Like Boar Warlock, I think, of all flavors, is like a tier 4 deck. You might fit it in Reno Lock, and it gets a little better because you're not like all in on the boars. You can like play yellow cards and win. The Crane Gain version.
I've been doing that.
Yeah, the Crane Game version might be okay because like you can do big demon scams, and like some decks just lose to big demon scams. But like, I think like there are times where you just don't draw the right cards and you just roll over and die, and where you just don't have 8 health to spend to do the scam and you die, or like you queue into an aggro deck and you die. Like that's just where Borlock is at. And it's so funny that a deck that is so fragile and so polarizing is still sort of softly running the meta. It's play rate dropping, but it's basically boosted Disco Lock to be the best deck in the format. And everybody else is kind of like singing from that choir sheet from there. There's like enough fast... like people are playing Barnes Druid and Quasar Druid, and Quasar Rogue, because it's like faster than Borlock. And Borlock just dies to it. So you're seeing more fast combo. Like it's a weird meta. It's a weird meta. It's not one I necessarily like all that much. I think Reno decks would have been great last meta before the boars. But now it's like, it's fine. We'll finish the Survivor. We'll have a good time. Who knows if I'll be positive at the end of it. But yeah, no, that's kind of where I'm at, and that was my week. And let's talk about some news now.
Welcome to the news. The news is so good.
Well, this is kind of like the tail end of this, but we do have this weekend what is it called? The Summer Championship 2025. It actually started today on September 12th. It runs through the 14th. But the Choose Your Champion does state that you have all day today to be able to do it. It says through the end of the day today, which is weird to me because the competition's already started. So if you're listening live, go do that. If you're listening when I post this, you missed it. But yeah, today's the total last day to choose your champion. Yeah. SchmoopieDady, you also picked Pocket Train, right?
Yeah, I did. And I have a funny Pocket Train story when you're done doing the thing.
Oh, totally. Yeah. So like what you could do is you could choose your champion, and you could earn rewards. So every time your champion advances, you score a pack. So that's cool. You can get up to 5 packs if they go all the way. And also, if you win 10 ranked games during this promotional period, which I believe is ending like tonight, you can earn 2 additional packs. Unless that extends all the way through the 14th. I don't know if the promotional period ends today or if it ends at the end of the competition. But if you're listening live, go pick your champion, choose your champion now, because it does end at the end of today.
My champion, I chose Kevin Schmidt because I've known a Kevin Schmidt before. Different person entirely, but Kevin apparently also plays Wild, which is pretty cool too. So we take those.
I can't help
You
but
do.
notice
I
you didn't censor Wild when you said Wild there, Sheep. I'm a little bit disappointed in you. We do this podcast every day, and every Friday, and we got to make sure that we keep it PG, please.
Sorry, can you say that word again? Which word am I supposed to censor? Got it. So, yeah, the championship, basically the only other thing you can really do is, I believe there are drops, so you can earn up to 3 Lost City of Un'Goro packs while watching. So you have to watch all 3 days, which is today, tomorrow, and Sunday. And you can earn an extra 3 packs by doing it that way. And the casters, that's the only other thing I'm going to mention really is that we got Edelweiss from Coin Conceit, so that's cool. And then familiar face is Lorinda, if Boogerworm is correcting my pronunciation of things. And Raven and Soddle. SchmoopieDady, you had something to say about Pocket Train.
Oh,
What was
yeah,
your
so
little
right.
tale?
So I chose Pocket Train for 2 reasons. Number 1, he's a former world champion, and number 2, he's like a normal person. Like if you read his tweet that was like immediately after he was the world champion, it was like, holy cow, I'm the world champion. It was not holy cow. He was using expletives. But it was like very much like, oh wow, like look at, I can't believe what I've just done. Thank you, but very gracious, very very humble, and he's just a normal dude. Like if you interact with him at all in Twitch chats, he's just like a normal person that's just plays Hearthstone. And he's really good. And very funny story happened today. Telephony, aka May, is not present on the podcast right now to tell this story, but I'd like to share it because it's hysterical. Pocket's in chat, and Telephony says, "Oh hey Pocket," and some chatter who's a snot bag is just like, Telephony, you think Pocket's gonna say hi to you? And Pocket's like, hi May. And so like that just tickled me pink.
That was so
everybody
funny.
It's like everybody knows who May is, including Pocket. And but Pocket's the kind of guy, even if he didn't know May, Pocket's the kind of guy who would have said hey anyway, whether he knew the person or not, just to make the rude chatter look like a jerk. So I'm rooting for Pocket, and I have no idea what happened today. I didn't watch a single minute of it. I was busy doing insane stuff. But go Team Pocket.
Go Team Pocket. Team Rocket? Team Pocket.
Oh yeah, he also plays
All right.
THL. There you go.
So next up in the news, we did have, so we talked about this last week, and we all had a little bit different point of views on it, which is good for discussion, obviously. But they did go and adjust the event quests. And oh boy, did they make adjustments.
They did.
Some of them massive, some of them not so much. But okay, so for the event quests, we'll just go through these. The weekly one, which is summon or destroy a certain amount of minions in traditional modes, went from 2,000 to 500.
They quartered it.
They did quarter
right
it.
there. That's also 2,000 was a bit much, but I know it's a full week, but it's a bit much. Unless you're playing the game like 2 to 3 hours a day. The next one, summon 1, 2, or 3 cost minions X many times. This one didn't change, but by a lot. This is a daily. It went from 100 to 75. Okay, cool. That seems like a reasonable change.
Mm-hmm.
Next, we have summon just X amount of minions. This one they cut in half. It's a daily quest. It went from 200 to 100. Also, I think that's pretty fair from 200 to 100. I think that's a lot more reasonable to summon 100 minions in a day instead of 200. Ain't nobody got time for 200 if you started your quest at 10 p.m. and that's the only time of day you play. So For me, I enjoyed that. Now, this is where things get crazy. This is where I thought it was just absolutely nuts. There was take 300 turns, okay? It was 300 turns as a daily quest, which is ridiculous. This is like one that I would be doing, and I'm like, this is fine. I guess I'm just like blindly playing Hearthstone, not paying attention, trying to complete this. It went from 300 to 30.
They tensed it.
It is 10% of what it used to be. That is insane. That is insane. And the funny, okay, we could get to that after. But then the other one, which is just as crazy, is draw 300 cards. Okay, so yes, there are ways to obviously do this.
It's like 4 games of Miracle Road.
Exactly, like done and done. Right. Also, what did they do, Sheep?
They tensed it.
They 10th it. It is only 10% of what it used to be. It is now 30. You only have to draw 30 cards. Now, there is a disclaimer at the bottom saying the in-game display will show the old numbers. All right? It will show the old numbers. It will say you still need, so I've already seen this. It'll say that you need to take 300 turns when you only need to do 30, which I find is hilarious because not everybody reads patch notes and posts and stuff.
No.
So unless you're dialed in, you're going to look at that and be like, I'm still not doing that. And you might log out. That could be the case. So hopefully you're listening and you realize that you don't have to do that. Or you've read the article that shows that you don't have to do it, but it's a visual bug that they apparently can't fix as easily as you think that they could. I think that a lot of these changes are pretty good. I think the last two are a little ridiculous that they went down to 30. Especially with the bonuses you get, right? Like playing cards from the mini set, playing ranked. I'm pretty sure they'll like take X turns, like 30 turns. I think I did that in a game because of the bonuses. Like it was just done. So I know I complained about these, but I didn't mean like this drastic.
Not like this though.
and didn't I say even in defending them that like they do listen to feedback, and if they feel like wow, there's enough of the community like thinking this is unfair, they're gonna change it. And like whoa, they changed it. Like I see so many people complaining about events like this, and when they don't come out right, and they're like, oh man, this sucks. And like for a long time, it felt like the devs didn't change anything based off community feedback, right? But we are not in that era. Like we change too much based off of community feedback, I feel like at times. And I was okay with the quests being where they were, if that's the goals that they wanted to set and that was like, you know, what they wanted to do. I'm also okay with them changing it because, you know, maybe their goals shifted and maybe they changed and maybe they realized, oh, we're not getting the performance that we wanted out of this. We're not getting a bunch of people playing more. We're getting people playing less. So we're not like getting enough where it's worth the anger. I don't know. But like, I'm glad they did fix it since I was on the like, well, who cares bandwagon pretty solidly. I'm also kind of like, still on the who cares-ish because now I'm just going to blow through these. I did see one weirdo complain that like, oh man, now that they changed the dailies, I have nothing to do, which was like, that was one person on the internet. So like, it's not that there wasn't an audience for like these crazy quests, right? Like some people saw these and were just like, oh hell yeah, that's a challenge for me. But other people saw them as just like, oh man, this is like work. So Sheep, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm glad that they cut them down. A few of them were kind of drastic to begin with, like 2,000 summon or destroy X minions. The sticker shock on that like was just absurd. I understand why people were daunted by that, right? I understand the technical limitations of changing the in-game stuff. You know, hopefully that patch comes sooner rather than later. That would be great. Which clears that up. The draw X cards going to 30 feels like it's not even like needing to play like a quest or a cycle rogue or anything like that. You could do that pretty easily in a single game, right? Like that one feels a little drastic
with all the bonuses.
And take X turns. Yes.
I was raising my hand for those who can't see. Do you think these quests were arbitrary? Like somebody just sort of sat down and wrote the numbers? Or do you think they were data driven? Like, do you think they were looking at internal data and said, oh, well, like we can probably assign these and people can probably do them? Because I especially with the bonuses, like I'm wondering if they were like cross-referencing, like plus the bonuses, like on average you're doing these things anyway. Yeah. Or they might include, like, as a third thing, oh, but you got to use a new card. Like, I wonder how doable these were anyway, if people just followed their normal pattern of play. And I think you're still going to run into the same issue.
I didn't change my pattern of play at all.
You're going to run into the same issue that I think some casual people are going to be like, well, like, no, this is impossible. I'm never doing this regularly anyway. Versus, like, some people are going to be like, well, I do this in my sleep. So I just wonder how much of this was like, I wonder how they came up with these goals initially. If it was just somebody sat down in a boardroom and was just like, these are the numbers. Or if this was like data driven internally and they were like, oh, this is how we came up with these goals.
It could have been like what you suggested last week about like, we want more engagement. Like that could have been the case.
It might have been a mix. Right, like it could have been data driven at first, and then like to get you like a bellwether, and then just said, okay, let's bump it up a little bit and try to get people a little bit more psyched. I don't know. It's a weird one.
Because I think a lot of people probably were just like closing it whenever they saw those numbers so high, because like I didn't change my pattern of play at all, and I was just like running through them. So if the initial numbers were like more data driven, but people were like, oh my goodness, this is absurd, like way too high. And for the average player, I think it probably still was. For the more casual player, it probably still was.
Yeah, I don't know what
probably
their
the difference between the average and the casual.
I don't know what their target was. And I think probably based off of feedback, their target changed. I think they were going for more engagement and like to kind of reward players that were a little bit more engaged. I'm guessing like that's the only reason I can think of for like some of these goals. Yeah. And they realized that wasn't serving the purpose that they wanted to serve, and then they dialed it back. So like, good on them. Like, right? Like we'd be
absolutely.
mad if people would be mad if they didn't. I was gonna say we'd be mad. We wouldn't be mad, but like people would be mad if they didn't, and so they did. And so here I am, still a Blizzard shill apparently. Being like, hey, good for them for changing the quest in the first hand when somebody's going to be mad at me and be like, well, they shouldn't have had it that way in the first place. And it's like, go dance the hornpipe. I don't know. I don't have the time of day for you. I'm sorry. Getting upset over flipping free quests. Holy cow.
Yeah, calm down, SchmoopieDady. Sheesh.
Grumpy Daddy. That's your Grumpy Daddy segment.
That's your Grumpy Daddy. Yeah. You weren't grumpy over last week, but I'll appreciate a little grumpy this
time. I was a little grumpy at one point. I was pretty sure I was just like, these idiots and their free quests. No, they want their free things. I was upset. They're so mad about it.
I was upset that Grumpy Daddy didn't show up last week.
Because you weren't grumpy about the...
Because you weren't grumpy about it.
Oh, I wasn't. You're right. I was grumpy about the people being grumpy. I wasn't grumpy about the quest. That's fair.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So that's the end of the news. Now, in our discussion topic section, we're not going to talk about the meta. We did that in SchmoopieDaddy's week. However, we are going to play a game. Now, Electric Sheep City and SchmoopieDady are not really.
You sounded like Jigsaw when you said there's like we're gonna play a game. It's like what?
Would you like to play a game?
Would you like to play a game? And like Hydra comes wheeling in here on a tricycle.
Guess what?
Realized Jigsaw is exactly what I was thinking too, and I was just holding it back.
What?
You have no choice. You have to play the game. Because I made it, and now you have to play it.
We're surrounded by barbed wire. The key's in sheep's stomach.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Sorry.
I know that's like the basic conceit of the film. So.
Okay. So what we're gonna do is I haven't made a name for this game, but what's gonna happen is I am going to play an emote sound from a hero in Hearthstone Heroes of Warcraft, and Electric Sheep City and SchmoopieDady have to guess two things: which hero it is and which type of emote it is. However, we don't have any buzzers, so your buzzer is you got to say your own name first. So
like a Pokemon?
Yeah, your Pokemon. So you got to say Electric Sheep City or SchmoopieDady. SchmoopieDady, that's 3 syllables. Electric Sheep City, that is 3. Electric Sheep City, that's 4. Okay, you can say Electric Sheep.
Electric Sheep City.
What?
It's 6.
Electric
Listen,
Sheep.
they count syllables
differently.
differently in Canada. You can't blame Hydra for that.
Okay, how about sheep or daddy? Let's just go sheep or daddy.
Daddy.
Sheep or dad?
That
Daddy.
seems-
Daddy? Do you
I
want
don't
dad
know.
or daddy?
I don't know.
Electric Sheep City. You're right, it is 6 syllables. I skipped like half of them.
It's okay. It was
Black
funny.
them out. Black them out.
I have the power to edit me being stupid out of the podcast, so that's fine.
But now that we've talked about it so much, I don't think you
Please
can
don't.
anymore.
Please don't. Please don't.
Okay, so it's sheep and daddy. All right, so you got to say sheep, Electric Sheep City, and you got to say daddy before you can answer the question. So you
Call
have to
Hydra Daddy.
Sorry, Shmoopie?
I have to call you Daddy. This feels like this has been set up.
I'm totally okay with it. Are you okay with it?
I guess I have to be.
You're not calling me daddy. You're just a Pokemon.
Oh, am I really?
Does
All right.
Pikachu call
Okay.
Ash Pikachu? No, he's just saying his own name.
Okay. All right. Yep. Let's see how it is.
Pikachu says, "Good day, Ash Ketchum."
Indubitably. Yeah. All right. Let's go.
All right. All right. So you have to say your name, and then you can answer. So we're gonna start off real easy.
Your name.
Okay.
My name.
You know what I mean. Now you have to answer. You have to get them both right. You have to say which hero it is and which emote it would be if you're going to click on, whether it is like greetings or the wow button or the threaten button, that kind of thing. Okay.
Is oops in play?
Yeah. Everything's in play except for sorry. Sorry's not in play
Okay.
because sorry doesn't exist technically.
I was actually meant to ask about sorry, but you know what? You answered my question anyway. Perfect.
And we're going to start
Nailed
off very easy. Okay? Very easy.
Sure, Daddy.
So all right. Are you ready? Oh, by the way, there's 21 of these. There's 21. Okay. So worst case Ontario, it's 10, someone gets 11 points, someone gets 10 points, so there cannot be a tie.
I get to call you Daddy 21 times. Sounds good. Let's go.
You know what? I've already added a new rule. If you can name both, you get 2 points. If you can name only one of the things, you get 1 point.
Oh, I like that, Daddy.
Why are you calling me daddy?
I like that sheep.
Oh my gosh. All right. I think you have to name both, but let's go for it. Okay.
Okay.
I can add one more rule. if you could only name one, let's say Sheep, let's say you name the hero. Let's say the hero's Rexar, but you can't name which emote. The other person can steal by saying it's Rexar and it is oops, right? So they'll get 2 points or the 1 point and you'll get nothing, right? So it'll just still be 1 point every single time, but the other person can steal if you can't get both. That'll be the rule.
Cool. The game's called Hydra is Daddy. That's the name of the game. The name of the game is Hydra is Daddy. There we go. I've named the game now. I'm ready to go. Let's go.
Are you ready to play? Hydra is
Daddy. Here we go.
All right, here's the first one. Nice and easy. Say your name.
My magic will tear you
Sheep.
apart.
Yes, ElectricSheepCity?
That is Jaina's Threaten.
That is Jaina's Threaten. We have 1 point for ElectricSheepCity. Okay. Early lead. Next one.
SchmoopieDady.
Yes, SchmoopieDady.
That
You
is...
only had to say daddy, but that works.
Just steady. That is Garrosh's attack.
Correct.
I
Garrosh
couldn't think of
Hellscream's
what it
attack.
was until after you had already called it. I was like, yep.
There's a lot of Odin Warrior in there.
All right. Third question.
That didn't quite hit the mark.
Daddy. Rexar, oops.
Yes. Correct. SchmoopieDady takes an early lead.
Thanks, Daddy.
You're welcome. Anytime. All right. Are you ready? Are the contestants ready?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Still easy. Still pretty easy. Still pretty easy.
The pleasure is mine.
Sheep.
Yes, Sheep.
That is Valera's Greetings.
That is Valera's Greetings. Wow. Excellent. Nice tie. You guys are going strong. No one's got it wrong yet. But we're gonna get a little more difficult. Not a lot. Like we don't get crazy, but a good introduction. Let's get a little deeper.
Let's rock!
Sheep. That is
Yes, Sheep.
That is Nemzi's greetings back to other Nemzi, right?
No.
Oh.
Incorrect.
I think that's just her normal entrance.
Let me double check my sources, but I have this down as Nemzi attack. No, Nemzi attack is Let's Rock confirmed. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, the game is called Hydra is Daddy, so
It sure is.
we had the like opening that we even chanted in unison, like.
Oh my gosh. All right, so the answer was Nemzi. It is Nemzi Necrofizzle, and it is the attack. All right. So
for points, since I buzzed in first and got the hero correct, will I get a point here?
It should be 3-2.
okay, well let's go. Yeah, but you didn't get the full. You have to get them both right.
No, I'm saying Sheep's up 3-2, right?
Right, I didn't get both of them right, but if we're going for the point equity thing to make
I
sure.
guess-
I'm not balancing
Okay.
this. I'm not balancing this. Whatever you
Okay,
want to do.
then fine. Then it is 5-4. Okay, so Sheep.
That doesn't make any sense.
Sure
but
does.
I'm
No, it
here
totally makes
for
sense.
it.
Thank you, Daddy.
It totally makes sense. Right?
It does make sense. It makes complete sense. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So you get a point per what you get right. Right. So You've
like
both
that.
gotten 2 questions right with the emote and the hero, and she only got the hero correct. So it is 5-4. Audio listeners, I hope you're following.
Oh, and if someone steals,
I'm
then
not.
they get both of the points.
Oh yeah. This is growing.
I like
should
that.
almost start over. No, it's fine.
I think that's
Steady.
what you were kind of
Steady.
getting to, but
All right. So next, we have
You're a little meanie.
sheep.
yes, sheep.
That is Wildheart Guff's Threaten.
Correct.
That's
Well
the only
done.
reason why Guff would say anything negative. Like, even whenever he
golf-
attacks, he wouldn't
Audio
say
listeners,
anything
I'm golf
negative.
clapping.
But Threaten,
That is Guff's Threaten. Very well done. Very, very well done. Guff Rune Totem.
thank you.
Okay. Next.
It was your fault.
SchmoopieDady.
Yes, SchmoopieDady.
Uh-oh. I had it and then I lost it. Let me think.
I can always replay if you ask.
Please replay the sound because
It was your fault.
is that Kel'Thuzad's Threaten? No. Oh, it's not. Oh
Sheep.
no, it's not. Sheep, go ahead, finish it. Oh god.
That is Cthulhu. That is Cthulhu, my dude. And that was Oops.
That is oops. Yep.
That is Cthulhu, and it is Oops. It is now
Because
9-4.
I play as Cthulhu a lot, and I'd say Oops a lot because I mess up a lot.
I'd like to note I play this game on mute, except when I'm streaming, and I can't really hear the emotes either way. So like if it's not spelled out in text or something
These are.
completely obvious, then
The one whenever they say the emote and it's not just when they're attacking, they do have little text box for it.
I
too.
know, but I still don't hear the audio prompt. So I feel like I'm
Well,
I'm
you just
playing,
don't say "oops" enough when you're playing
I'm
as
playing
Cthulhu.
with two
so-
hands tied behind my back, Daddy. All right, let's go. What else is going on?
Apparently, SchmoopieDady just doesn't make mistakes, is what he's trying to say. All right.
By my beard!
SchmoopieDady.
Yes, SchmoopieDady.
Okay, this is a WoW, and oh no, Miss Magni's WoW. Holy cow! I almost blanked on Magni.
This might
Okay,
as well.
all right.
Is Magni's wow. Excellent job.
I'm
It is now
fighting for my life not to be embarrassed.
9-6. Excellent. All right. Ready for the next one?
No.
Hail and well met.
Sheep.
Yes, ElectricSheepCity.
That is the greetings for Arthas.
Correct. That is Prince Arthas. Greetings. 2 points to ElectricSheepCity. Well done. All right. See who gets this one first. My bet's on SchmoopieDady on this one, but we'll see.
Most impressive.
Sheep.
ElectricSheepCity?
Okay, so this is the WoW for someone. That someone is not Lazul, but I'm going to say Lazul.
You are wrong on both counts.
Oh.
What did Sheep say? Sheep said Lazul, and what was the emote that he said?
Wow.
Okay.
Would you like to hear it again?
Yes, please.
Most impressive.
I know it's a troll. I know it's shaman. I want to say it's like a I have no idea. I'll pass.
Okay. Well, I don't know if anyone in chat wants to take a stab at it, but that was King Rasticon's Well Played.
Well played, yeah.
I don't have King Rastakhan. I've seen it. I've seen it, but like I couldn't remember King Rastakhan.
All right. So no change in score there. Okay. This one you guys know.
Wow. Really?
Sheep.
Wow.
You didn't even
Yes,
wait for it to
Electric
finish.
Are we supposed to?
I have no idea. I was being polite.
Really? Wow.
And that was Snarky Anduin's wow.
Okay, but which Anduin is it though? That's the thing. You have to select which hero portrait we're talking about.
Yeah, that's the Snarky Anduin. I don't know what any of them are called, but it's the Snarky Anduin.
I could give you 1 point unless SchmoopieDady can steal.
That is basic
the exact hero
Anduin's
point.
wow. That is the basic bees Anduin's wow.
No, ElectricSheepCity. I'm gonna give you 1 point.
Fair.
It's the SI Anduin.
SI Anduin.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
right. I could picture
okay,
him, but
fine.
I didn't. I knew he had the little mask thingy on. And
yeah. That's the one. All right, it's 12-6. It's not over.
How many more of
SchmoopieDady,
these
you
are
can
there,
catch up.
Daddy?
There's 10 more.
Jesus.
Okay.
All right.
So, like
Yog.
you could do it. You could do it. All right, you ready?
Your fate is sealed.
sheep.
ElectricSheepCity.
That is Madame Lazul's Threaten.
That
I
is
play as Madame Lazul quite a bit,
Lazul's.
actually.
Wow. Really? Wow.
Wow.
That was pretty. Okay. I'm excited to see if anyone can figure this one out. It is kind of difficult.
Sheep.
ElectricSheepCity.
That is King Crush's Well Played.
Incorrect, but you're so very close.
There's
You
no
thought about it, I
shot,
think?
Daddy. I'm getting this one. So what is it? I have no hope.
So Sheep's kind of got it, but not really. He said it's King Crush, but it's not King Crush. It's a newer skin.
Oh.
Is the bear thing for DK? I don't know what emote that's going to be.
It was King Bone Crusher, and it was its greetings. You know, the big skeletal one. All right. Okay. I knew that one was hard, and I put that one there on purpose. We're gonna get a little easier now. Y'all ready?
Sheep's not. He's away from his microphone. Which means play the
Was
clip.
letting
Play the clip. Play the
cat
clip. Play the
back
clip.
out.
Okay. Here we go.
No,
Here we
I
go.
was not even sitting down.
You messed with the wrong mage.
Sheep.
Yes, Sheep.
That is. So it's one of the Jainas. I'm gonna say it's the not Scholomance Jaina, but the it's one of the younger Jainas, if I can say that much. And it's a threaten. If you
You
need
have
more
the-
specificity, then I can try.
No,
but
well,
younger
it's
Jaina
not
and
Jaina.
threaten.
It's not a
Ooh.
Jaina. That's the thing. But it
Okay.
is a threaten. So SchmoopieDady, you have the opportunity to steal, or Sheep gets 1 point. It is not a Jaina. I'll play it again.
You messed with the wrong mage.
I'll take a stab. Is it a press store or a threaten?
No,
Okay.
but good stab.
Yeah.
It was Dawn Grasp.
Oh.
Apprentice Dawn Grasp was the answer to that one.
It was the younger of the Dawn Grasps, but
Yeah. So 1 point for sheep. 1 point for sheep. It is now 15-6. Still possible for SchmoopieDady to catch up, I believe, if he nails every single one of these. So let's see.
Very clever.
sheep.
Yes, ElectricSheepCity.
That is, so it's the WoW, or sorry, the Well Played. Oh, I play with this one all the time. I'm blanking on the portrait though.
I can play it again if you would like.
Yes, please.
Very clever.
It's a rogue. I think. I can't recall who though.
And your guess was, what was the emote
Well
style?
played.
Well played. Okay. It is not well played. So
Okay.
that's 0 points. So SchmoopieDady can attempt to get some points here. 1 or 2 points.
I'm going to say it's the. Play it one more time.
Very clever.
I'm going to say it's the WoW for Kerrigan.
It's not Kerrigan, but it is WoW.
Cool. I'll get a point.
It is Sylvanas Windrunner,
There we go.
Oh, there you go.
and it's the WoW. It's so
Hunter.
I got sucked into the rogues. I was going to say like a Death Knight, and I'm like, that's probably not it.
Yeah, my mind was going down the rogue train whole area too, and that's why I completely missed the
can see why.
Huntress.
All right, here we go.
Excellent maneuvering.
SchmoopieDady.
Well played.
Whoa! You guys have to rock paper scissors.
No, I don't. I said my name. He said what emote it was. It's,
Oh, what
Which
did
is
you
not
say,
even
sheep?
not even the one that I
okay.
thought it was.
Okay, SchmoopieDady. Sorry, I thought.
Go ahead,
you
play
guys
that.
just
Play the
talked over
soundbite
each
again,
other. So-
please.
So, okay,
'Cause that-
SchmoopieDady, go ahead. SchmoopieDady.
Can you play it again one more time?
Excellent maneuvering.
Wait a second. No, I lost it. It's well played, and it's something nautical. I know. I'm just gonna say it's well played. I don't. I'm gonna get the point. Go ahead.
It
so
is-
I am going to try to steal, of course.
Yeah, you can do that. You have that chance. Yes.
Sorry, you were saying because was the well played correct? I believe it was actually.
Yes, he has well played, correct.
Okay.
So he has right now. He would get
And
1
then
point
it-
unless you can steal.
And then it is nautical. It is paladin. I believe it's Linessa who is the nautical one from the paladin in that set. So I'm going to say it's the nautical Linessa from the rewards track from Sunken City.
Unfortunately, it is Arana Starseeker.
Arana. What?
So not nautical, as far as I can tell. So 1 point to
even a
SchmoopieDady.
bit.
It's 15-8.
I was gonna say get wrecked, but I'd be saying it to myself.
All right. This is a good one. You guys get your fingers on your voice boxes.
Sheep.
Oh shit. Sorry.
Yeah, she.
This is the oops from oh wow, I'm drawing a blank on which one it was. Kel'Thuzad. That's not it.
It is not. SchmoopieDady, you have a chance to steal. He got the oops correct. You can steal if you know the hero.
It's Oops from Mechadraxis.
Hooray!
There it is.
Even though you didn't get it wrong. Okay, it's 15 to 10. Mechadraxis is correct.
Nice.
Okay, here we go. There's 4 left. This one, be quick. Be quick with your voice boxes.
Delightful.
Sheep.
Yes, Electric Sheep City.
That is Dame Hazelbark's. Wow.
Correct. 2 points to Electric Sheep City. That wasn't a plant. I just figured we all knew that one.
Dame
It is a plant.
Hazelbark.
It's a tree.
She kind of.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so that was Dame Hazelbark. All right, so there's 3 left. Technically, SchmoopieDady, I don't think you can win at this point. But
No,
you
I
can
can't.
make a
Just
really good
play
effort.
the sound bites. Holy crap.
You can be shy by 1
Daddy,
point. You can be
stop.
shy
Just
by
play the
1
sounds. Let's hear him.
Stand down or suffer the consequences.
Oh, no shot.
I can always replay if you guys want.
SchmoopieDady. It's somebody's threaten. I have no idea what the threaten is. I'll try to get the point and see if Sheep can steal.
You know what? Good idea. That's a really good game
That's
plan.
what I was doing in the beginning. Can you replay the sound for me, please?
Yes.
Stand down.
Oh, sorry.
Stand down or suffer the consequences.
That is an older Uther. I want to say it's the one with the big book.
I think that's a solid guess. It's not the case, though.
Is it Gangrene?
No.
That was my
No.
initial thought, but on replays it sounded like a different timbre of voice.
It is Edwin Van Cleef.
Aha.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. 2 more.
Amazing.
Sheep.
Yes, Electric Sheep City.
That is a wow from Frostlich Jaina.
Ooh. It is a wow, but that is not Frostlich Jane.
I didn't think so. I just was saying it confidently.
Can you play it again?
Amazing.
Is that WoW from Valera?
You're way closer than the Sheep was, but it is not.
All right, unlucky.
So, Sheep, you get 1 point. That was Maev Shadow Song.
That'll do it.
Yeah, good old Quest Rogue hero portrait. All right. Here we go. Final voice line.
I am not always perfect, but often.
Okay, it's an oops. SchmoopieDady. It's an oops.
Yes.
I'm going to say it's
deduction.
a Deathwing oops.
That is exactly a Deathwing oops. That was... Go ahead.
I was the only one who liked Deathwing for a while. I was the only one playing. I had played a lot of
I like Deathwing too.
Even Warrior. Martian's anti-Deathwing. He's like, he's so hunched over and emasculine. Deathwing would be playing there with his chest out. Or something like that. I don't know.
All right, well, the final score was Sheep 18 points, SchmoopieDady 13 points. No slouch like Deathwing, apparently. But, yeah. Yeah, that was good. That was actually really good. And I only prepared that like an hour before the show.
That was very good. That was very good for slapping together. Thank you for slapping that together, Daddy.
Absolutely. Thank you. I would like to first thank my worthy opponent, SchmoopieDady. But most of all, I would like to thank the host of our show for Hydra is Daddy.
All right, I have unrelated advice.
Unrelated Advice with Hydralisk.
Daddy.
Yes.
So, we had to come up with a good discussion topic, and it had nothing to do with Hearthstone. And you said, "Hey, I can come up with a game," and we're like, "Cool." So you came up with a game, and the game you came up with was Hydra is Daddy. What I want to know is how did you come up with Hydra is Daddy? What was your? I need some advice in case I need to make impromptu role-playing games for my co-hosts in the future.
So, originally, ElectricSheepCity had suggested doing a tier list for like every single hero portrait, and I was like, "There's like."
I did not mean that all of them. Oh gosh, no.
That seems like too many. I thought we were just going to do this set or something like that. I was like, cool.
So
Yeah.
based on it just based on a tier list of all the hero portraits or a certain amount of them, I was like, that's a lot of work. I don't want to do that. And so as a machinist, that is my trade. One thing that you might hear about machinists is a lazy machinist is a good machinist. So you have to make the machine do as much stuff as possible so you don't have to do anything, right? So you have to make everything as easy as possible. So what I thought was, Sheep said hero portrait, and I thought I can make a game that lasts way longer with only like a handful or a couple handfuls of portraits instead of using all of the portraits, right? So you could put sounds in there, you can guess the sounds, everything. So I guess what I'm trying to say is be lazy, work smart. Don't work too hard. If you can figure something out to be lazy and do it like super efficient, and you can be like way less hands-on, that's the way you should do your life.
Great advice, Daddy. Wiser words were never been spoken. You heard that on?
More to be wilder.
Sheep's my daddy too. I got dunked on.
Oh, that was good. That was good. We had a lot of fun. You know, games are fun.
Games are fun. That whole thing was fun.